Time for another camera comparison on my YouTube channel, and in this one I'm going to be comparing the camera of the Google 6 Pro to the Hero 10, the GoPro Hero 10 that I'm filming with right now. Here's why I'm doing this, is I want to find out which one's going to be better to shoot with if I'm out. I don't need the GoPro mounted to a bike, to a chest mount or whatever, and I just want to film something. Should I use the GoPro or should I use the Pixel 6 Pro? And even if you're not biking or using it for action sports, do you have a dedicated camera like the GoPro Hero 10, or should you rely on your phone? Now, I've mentioned this before, but the advantage of a dedicated camera is you're saving battery and you're saving storage space from your phone. All right, so again, I've got the GoPro Hero 10 in a tripod. I do have the little windscreen on, a little foam wind cover for the Hero 10 because it's kind of windy out. I don't have anything like that for the Google 6 Pro. So I'm just going to put this in the tripod and I'm going to use this little Ulanzi adapter. So during this video, we're going to test not only the video quality of each of these, but also the photo quality. Because again, you know, if you got your GoPro out, is it good enough to shoot photos, or do you rely on the really good camera of the Pixel 6 Pro? All right, now over to the Google 6 Pro, and all of these videos I'm shooting 4K 30. We're also going to do some slow motion tests, which I think I'm going to do next because my son's about ready to jump his ramp. And so we'll check out the slow-mo. I'm also using the back camera right now of the Pixel 6 Pro, and I'm using the built-in microphone. In a little bit, we'll hook up a lav mic and see if there's any difference. We're also going to check the stabilization. I've switched over to the front camera. I think the quality is going to be better on the back camera, but one of the things I like about the new GoPros, oh, by the way, this is the little windscreen that I had on it. I like the front screen of the new GoPros. It really helps framing the shot. Okay, now let's go get some slow motion tests of both of these cameras and see how that is. Now we're doing the walking around and vlogging test. I'm still using the back camera of the Pixel 6 Pro. I can get myself in frame pretty good just by the position of the camera. That's the one that I would use the most if I'm really concerned about the quality of the video. Got some shadow changing going on. Looks like the GoPro is not getting the shadow, getting my face really well when I switch, so we can also test that. But I'm really testing the stabilization. As I'm walking, I've got both of these cameras in my hands, and I'm not using any kind of selfie stick or anything like that. And so just trying to get an idea of the stabilization. I'm going to run and see how the camera stabilized. They're bouncing a lot in my hands as I'm running. Okay, that is the stabilization test of these just walking around. Even just walking, I can see both of them bouncing around in my hands a lot. I know the stabilization of the Hero 10 is going to be amazing. Curious to see how that compares to the Pixel 6 Pro. Now I'm doing the test where I just stand behind the cameras and hold them out in front of me, and I switched the stabilization to active on the Pixel 6 Pro. I had it on standard before, so I may see some movement when I was doing kind of the selfie filming, but now it's on active. I'm going to run and see how the stabilization is on the Pixel. I can tell on the screen, I mean, I'm bouncing these things all over the place, so I can tell on the screen it was pretty stable. So again, this is the test of standing behind the cameras. I can tell with the standard or with the active stabilization on the Pixel, it kind of locks onto something and then moves. So yeah, that's walking behind the cameras, checking out the stabilization and of course the video quality. All right, now for a few photos to compare. The Pixel 6 looks really good here, but honestly, the GoPro Hero 10 in the right lighting situations can look really good. Like this photo looks great from the Hero 10. Now I'm going to punch in a little bit and look at the detail. None of these cameras do a really good job with the detail when I get really close. Like I zoomed in a lot, but you can see with the Hero 10, it's a little less detail, but not much. This is not a photo you could use. Now this photo, I was really surprised at how good the Hero 10 did with this. I mean, I think the colors look honestly a little bit better on the Hero 10. Now here they are side by side, and I love the colors of both of these. Both of them are really usable. All right, now under my kayak cut. One thing you'll notice with the Pixel is those trees and grass on the right are not as blown out as you see here on the Hero 10, but honestly, I like the colors better of the kayaks with the Hero 10. They just look a little richer. The wood, I think, looks a little bit more natural. All right, now we're going to zoom in on that kayak logo, and you can see the detail. None look really good. I mean, the Pixel 6 does a little bit better job. Here it is on the Hero 10. A little bit more pixelated, but again, both aren't really great when you zoom in really far. Now looking at these photos side by side, again, you can see what I'm talking about with the dynamic range of the Pixel, of the grass and the trees on the right. But honestly, like I said, I like the colors of the Hero 10 better. All right, here are some selfies. And the thing about the Hero is the lens is really wide, so you've really got to pay attention to where the camera is. I mean, you can frame it with the front screen. And here I'm just going to use the portrait mode of the Pixel 6 to show what you can do. I mean, it's not really a fair comparison because the GoPro can't really do portrait mode and artificially blur the background, but the Pixel, I mean, it looks so good there. All right, here's another example of where you can see the dynamic range is just better on the Pixel 6. So again, it's going to depend on the right lighting situation for the Hero 10, but get it right with the lighting and the Hero 10 can take some really good shots. All right, again, not really fair. I'm using the portrait mode of the Pixel, but I just wanted to show what you can do with that portrait mode. But the Hero 10 photo looks great in that one. Now a few indoor lighting photos just to show you that you really shouldn't use a GoPro indoors. I mean, these photos, they're okay, but comparing them to the Pixel, it's just no comparison. I mean, this Pixel photo looks really good. Switching over to the GoPro, I mean, listen, it's okay, but I would grab the Pixel 100 times out of 100. Here's the front-facing selfie camera of the Pixel. A little over sharpened, but not too bad. Switching over to the GoPro, you can see just how dark it is. So again, not really made for indoor lighting. I used some photo editing here on this one. Same photo, I just tried to brighten it a little in the editing software, and I was able to get it a little brighter, but still, it's just hard to work with the GoPro photos when it's pretty dark inside. The last test that I'll do is an indoor lighting test. I'm also using a lavalier mic. So I've got a Rode SmartLav Plus plugged into the smartphone, into the Pixel 6. We'll switch over to the GoPro and check the low light. So this is with the shades closed, and I'm really only using a light that's inside the room. This is where I think the Pixel is going to be better because GoPros aren't really good indoors. So let's switch over to the GoPro and check out the lighting from that camera. All right, standing in the same spot with the GoPro. I was using the back camera of the Pixel. That's the one, again, I would use most of the time. So I do have the Rode SmartLav Plus plugged into the media mod, so I can't just plug the microphone into the GoPro. I wish I could. Whereas with the Pixel 6, you could. So here's the setup with the Pixel 6. I've got just a headphone adapter and then the Rode SmartLav Plus plugged into it. So again, that's the lighting test. Also the lavalier mic test with the GoPro Hero 10. So that is my comparison of the video and photos of the Google Pixel 6 Pro to the GoPro Hero 10. So I'll sum it up by saying that the main advantages of the phone are that you typically have it with you all the time. And also there are a lot of camera app features that I did not use. I wanted to keep this comparison as fair as possible. The only real feature that I used was the portrait mode of the Pixel, which is phenomenal. But there are other things that you can do within the camera app that you cannot do with the GoPro. But the advantages of the GoPro Hero 10 are that you can mount it in all kind of places. But again, the reason I wanted to do this video is to talk about, you know, which one do you grab if you're not having the GoPro mounted, you just want to grab it and shoot, should you use a smartphone like the Google Pixel 6 Pro or the Hero 10. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. I know it's probably going to help me decide by watching this and really watching it on YouTube. Any questions or comments that you have, drop those below. Thanks for watching.